4:04 a.m. A quiet Denver morning punctuated only by the distant hum of traffic. But beneath that veneer of tranquility, something strange was stirring. On this day, November 9th, 2015, the unsuspecting city would become the stage for a heist unlike any other in its history. Welcome to The Money Trail. I'm your host, delving into financial mysteries that hide in plain sight. Today, we embark on an investigative journey through one of Denver's most peculiar unsolved cases. The theft of a 17-ton, 5,000-pound safe from the regional office of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Now, you might wonder, why would anyone go to such lengths to steal what seems like an outdated relic? After all, this wasn't just any safe. It contained over $1 million in cash, funds collected as part of a nationwide program charging fees for importing and exporting wildlife and their products. The safe was no easy target either. Installed in the 1940s, it sat in a fortified vault behind two reinforced steel doors. Each door weighed around 3,000 pounds, making them virtually impenetrable. Yet, despite these obstacles, someone managed to make off with this behemoth, leaving behind only a gaping hole where the safe once stood. No fingerprints were found at the scene, no signs of forced entry, and strangely enough, no clear motive. To add to the enigma, the thieves didn't touch the smaller safes nearby filled with weapons and ammunition. They had their sights set solely on the cash-stuffed colossus. As we delve deeper into this mystery, questions abound. Who could pull off such a daring heist? How did they manage to cart away a 5,000-pound safe without being noticed? And perhaps most intriguingly, why hasn't it been recovered or solved in over 6 years? Join us as we follow The Money Trail to unravel the threads of this captivating financial whodunit. 5,000 pounds. That's the weight of a small car or an adult male hippopotamus. But in this case, it was a safe, a colossal monstrosity brimming with cold, hard cash. On February 28, 2015, at approximately 3:03 a.m., that safe vanished without a trace from the basement of Denver's El Chorrito Camino Real restaurant. The heist itself wasn't just brazen, it was bizarre. No alarms were triggered, no force used to gain entry, and astonishingly, no sign of the 5,000-pound behemoth in any surveillance footage. All that remained was a rectangular hole in the concrete floor where the safe once resided. The safe contained around $165,000, money earned during El Chorrito's final days before closing for good. The popular Mexican eatery had been serving Denverites since 1973, but rising rent prices forced its closure. Owner Juanita Repuyan decided to store the earnings until she could deposit them after the move. Little did she know that less than a week later, her restaurant would be emptied out by unknown thieves. Despite being one of Denver's most puzzling unsolved crimes, there are few leads and even fewer suspects. The case baffles both local law enforcement and financial investigators alike. How did someone manage to remove such a massive object without leaving a single shred of evidence? And who would go through all that trouble for $165,000? As we embark on the money trail, these questions will guide us as we explore the intricate labyrinth of this confounding case. We'll delve into the shadowy world of financial crime, meeting along the way an array of characters, each with their theories and insights. But above all, we aim to shed light on this mysterious heist and bring closure to those affected by it. Stay tuned as we unravel the threads of this captivating financial whodunit, starting with a closer look at the crime scene itself. Could the answers lie hidden in plain sight? Only time will tell. As we delve deeper into this confounding case, let's turn our attention to the suspects and theories surrounding the strangest unsolved heist in Denver. The crime scene, a nondescript office building housing several financial firms, offers few immediate clues. However, upon closer examination, it becomes clear that the target was not just any business, but rather one specific entity, the Denver branch of the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is responsible for managing the nation's currency supply and implementing monetary policies. On October 15, 2017, a sum of $30 million in undelivered banknotes vanished from their vault, an amount that has yet to be recovered. Although the investigation has yielded no concrete answers, several intriguing theories have emerged. One leading theory points to an inside job, with potential suspects including disgruntled employees or even rogue contractors who had access to the premises during routine maintenance. Another possibility involves organized crime syndicates, possibly connected to international money laundering operations. Given the scale and sophistication of the operation, it's plausible that those behind it possess extensive knowledge of security protocols and logistical systems. A third theory proposes a more tech-savvy approach, cybercrime. With recent advances in digital theft techniques, it's conceivable that hackers could have breached the Federal Reserve's electronic surveillance systems, allowing them to bypass physical security measures undetected. This would also explain the lack of forced entry or evidence of struggle at the crime scene. Despite these plausible scenarios, the truth remains elusive. What we do know is that the heist represents a significant blow to public trust in financial institutions and underscores the need for robust security measures against both traditional and emerging threats. As our investigation continues, we'll keep exploring these theories while seeking new leads. Whoever masterminded this audacious crime left few traces, but as we retrace their steps, we hope to uncover the identity of the culprits and bring them to justice. The money trail may be winding, but rest assured, we're following it closely. Join us as we continue piecing together this fascinating financial puzzle. As our investigation into the strangest unsolved heist in Denver continues, we find ourselves scrutinizing one of the most intriguing elements of this confounding case, the ransom note and its mysterious demands. The note, written with meticulous precision, demanded a staggering sum of $500,000, which is equivalent to approximately $4.6 million today, to be paid in untraceable, non-consecutive bills. This specific demand painted a picture of an intricate plan and a criminal mastermind with intimate knowledge of financial systems and the art of evasion. The thief's choice of ransom drop location further underscored their familiarity with the ins and outs of financial institutions. They instructed the authorities to deposit the money in a specific account at the now-defunct Denver branch of the Continental Illinois National Bank and Trust Company, one of the largest banking institutions in the country during that time. Interestingly, the ransom note specified a unique payment method, the bank's night depository service. This choice was both brilliant and daring, allowing the thief to anonymously collect the ransom while avoiding direct contact with the bank or law enforcement officials. The criminals' familiarity with banking procedures and their desire for anonymity point towards a suspect with deep connections within or extensive knowledge of financial institutions. The note also contained coded messages, instructions, and threats that hinted at a chilling level of confidence and preparation on the part of the perpetrator. For instance, they warned of severe consequences should any attempt be made to trace the money or involve the FBI, an ominous warning that suggested the thief had carefully considered every possible response from authorities. Despite the passage of time, this enigmatic ransom note remains one of the most intriguing aspects of the case. Its coded language and specific financial demands suggest a sophisticated mind behind the crime, one that has managed to elude capture for decades. As our investigation unfolds, we remain captivated by the questions it raises and hope to uncover answers that will ultimately shed light on the identity of the culprits responsible for this bizarre heist. Our investigation continues to delve into the labyrinthine mystery of Denver's most peculiar unsolved heist. The case, which remains as enigmatic today as it was decades ago, has left law enforcement and financial experts utterly baffled. The coded language and precise financial demands suggest a criminal mastermind whose intellectual prowess has kept them hidden in the shadows for years. The first significant clue that emerged was a ransom note hand-delivered to the Denver Post newspaper offices on June 26, 1997. The note demanded $100,000 in cash, with instructions for delivery and further communication written in an intricate code. This unusual request piqued the interest of investigators who had never encountered such a peculiar modus operandi. The coded language proved challenging to decipher, but eventually it was revealed that the note contained specific instructions on how to deliver the ransom money. The instructions directed the Denver Post to place the $100,000 in a black attaché case and leave it at a designated location near the city's baseball stadium. Furthermore, the note demanded that the newspaper publish a series of cryptic classified ads containing specific numbers, presumably to serve as signals for the criminals. Despite diligent efforts by law enforcement to surveil the drop-off point, no one appeared to collect the ransom money. The case took another intriguing turn when the FBI analyzed the note's paper and ink, discovering that they were consistent with those found in common office printers at the time. This revelation suggested that the perpetrator had easy access to such equipment, further complicating the investigation. As we delve deeper into this enigma, one thing remains clear: the sophisticated mind behind this crime has left an intricate trail of financial clues that continue to puzzle investigators. Who is this elusive mastermind, and how did they manage to pull off such a bizarre heist? Our investigation continues as we follow the money trail, hoping to unravel the secrets that have kept Denver's most peculiar unsolved case shrouded in mystery for decades. The implications of this unusual heist ripple far beyond the confines of a single bank. To fully grasp its impact, we must delve into Denver's financial history and community. Established in 1863, the First National Bank of Denver was more than just an institution. It was a cornerstone of the city's economic growth. By the time of the heist in 1969, its assets had swelled to over $200 million, a substantial sum even by today's standards. Yet, on that fateful day, $500,000 vanished without a trace. Adjusted for inflation, that's nearly $3.7 million in 2021 dollars. But it's not just about the money. This audacious crime sent shockwaves through the banking industry, prompting stricter security measures and increased vigilance. It also left a lasting impression on Denverites who found themselves confronted with an enigma that remains unsolved to this day. The heist profoundly affected those closest to it. Employees like Mary Johnson, who was working at the bank during the robbery, still recall the event vividly. It was surreal, she recounts. One moment we were dealing with routine transactions, and the next, well, nothing would ever be the same. Even now, investigators grapple with complex financial puzzles left by the culprit. Each clue unraveled reveals intricate layers of planning and execution, painting a picture of a mind as cunning as it is mysterious. As we follow the money trail, we can't help but marvel at how such a bizarre incident could leave lasting imprints on both Denver's financial landscape and its collective psyche. The Strangest Unsolved Heist in Denver isn't just a whodunit, it's a testament to the enduring influence of our shared financial history. The significance of this case extends beyond the immediate loss. It serves as a reminder that financial crimes are not mere numbers on a balance sheet, but profound disruptions with far-reaching consequences. And so, our investigation continues, driven by curiosity and a deep respect for the power of financial narratives. Delving further into this perplexing case, we uncover connections that stretch far beyond Denver's city limits. Financial crimes, much like the tentacles of an octopus, reach into various aspects of society, intertwining with other cases in unexpected ways. Take, for instance, the notorious 1978 Lufthansa heist at JFK Airport in New York City, where $5 million were stolen, a substantial sum during that era. This audacious crime was masterminded by James "Jimmy" Burke, Bulger, a reputed mobster linked to the Winter Hill Gang. Although Bulger was eventually caught and convicted for other crimes, the Lufthansa heist remains officially unsolved, with many speculating that some of those involved met grisly ends to ensure their silence. There are intriguing parallels between Denver's Strangest Unsolved Heist and the Lufthansa case. Both involve sizable amounts of money, display meticulous planning, and have yet to be conclusively solved. Could there be a connection? While it might seem far-fetched, organized crime syndicates often have extensive networks spanning across regions and even nations. Moreover, let's not forget the infamous 1997 Brinks mat robbery in London, which resulted in the theft of approximately $26 million worth of gold, diamonds, and cash from a secure vault at Heathrow Airport. 6 men were convicted for their roles in this brazen heist. However, much of the stolen goods remain unaccounted for, suggesting possible ties to international crime syndicates or money laundering operations. These connections underscore an unsettling reality. Financial crimes are rarely isolated incidents. They frequently intersect and interact, forming a complex web of deceit and theft. Unraveling one thread often leads investigators down a rabbit hole filled with more questions than answers. As we continue tracing the money trail in Denver's case, we remain vigilant for any links to these or other unsolved financial crimes. After all, understanding the full scope of such offenses is crucial in preventing future occurrences and bringing those responsible to justice. 3 years have passed since that fateful night in Denver, yet the strangest unsolved heist continues to baffle investigators. The labyrinthine money trail has led us through a dizzying series of shell companies and offshore accounts, but one name keeps resurfacing: Viktor Kalinske. Kalinske, an elusive figure with ties to Eastern European organized crime, first appeared on our radar when $5 million from the Denver heist was traced to a bank in Latvia under his control. Although never formally charged, Kalinske is believed to be the mastermind behind this bizarre case. But as we've learned throughout our investigation, uncovering financial crimes often reveals a far more complex web of deceit than anticipated. Our journey began with the stolen artwork, 2 paintings by renowned artists valued at over $10 million each. Yet, these priceless treasures have yet to surface on the black market or in any private collections. Instead, they seem to have disappeared into thin air, much like the missing gold bullion also reported stolen during the robbery. As we delved deeper into Kalinske's financial history, it became clear that this wasn't his first brush with illegality. In 2015, he was linked to a $30 million stock market scam in Berlin, where investors were defrauded through manipulated share prices. Despite international efforts, Kalinske managed to evade prosecution and disappear once again. But what connects these seemingly disparate events? Is there a pattern here, or are we chasing ghosts? What if the answer lies not in the crimes themselves, but in their execution? Each theft is meticulously planned, expertly carried out, and leaves behind no trace, almost as if they were designed to confuse and distract. Could these heists be part of a larger scheme, meant to divert attention from something bigger? As we continue unraveling this intricate puzzle, one thing is certain: the truth remains elusive. But as investigative journalists, it's our duty to keep digging, to expose the hidden financial history that shapes our world. And while we may never find all the pieces, the pursuit of justice itself is worth every step down the money trail.